sky settled in cyanide mescaline, tie-dye evidence. Flying pelican, my kingdom, heaven sent. Where they pressured him over Mount Everest, carry my 5 elephants. My bag, see-through, police flew for him. Robert touching out the teaspoon. Sexy chauffeur, she gon' purr. Shelter frame, peeking through the ghost fur.
I am Fatboi Sharif from representing, living, learning, Galway, New Jersey. Lyricist, moral author, world painter, and all beautiful things creatively. If anybody hear me for the first time, I'll describe my music as a experience in different forms and different aspects. So vocally, you're gonna hear things you might have never heard before. Lyrically, you might hear things you never heard before. I kind of want to just take you on a true experience from the first part to the last part. All the pieces matter when you listen to Fatboi Sharif. Just always remember that. A lot of the primary inspiration and themes of my art are from how I grew up till now. So different things concerning ways in the community, family, addiction, politics, even just world-to-world, day-to-day conversation that I might have with somebody that might spark an idea and kind of spark just me moving from one part to the next. Film, literature, strip clubs, I can't lie. I'm a strip club dude, you feel me? But Chinese food, pull up on me. Cheetos, it's endless, you feel me? Film and cinema is definitely a big, big part in creatively how I look at my art. And it kind of always goes back to, for me, as a kid, like coming up, me and my parents didn't have the best relationships, but film was one of the main things me and my mother and me and my uncle always agreed on, always was a special moment for us. And that kind of just carried me through the rest of my life, for sure. To keep inspiration and keep inspired, I kind of just always put myself back to when I first started writing and what I loved about hip hop and what I loved about just the written word. Starting back from when I did poetry in 3rd grade to 4th when I first started writing raps for the first time. And it's always, for me then, it was just, how could what I'm writing be unique as possible? How can I let my story and my perspective be different than the next man? And for me, that's what it always comes down to at the end of the day. Early writing inspiration was me doing poetry. So around that time, I did a lot of different poetry competitions that I won in the area. And 4th grade was when I got into the writing rhymes. And that 4th, 5th grade time was definitely influential for me, for sure, where certain rap albums I would listen to and study. Supreme Clientele, the second Cannabis album, the first Eminem album. And I'm like, all right, if I'm moving from this form of writing to this form, I gotta do it the best possible way I can do it. And what I'm writing gotta be as dope or even iller than all of this stuff that I'm studying. And that stays with me forever. Like, my background and upbringing definitely just, for me, it's kind of just going back to experiences and emotion. So I remember as a kid just seeing how certain things in the community would move and go a certain way, and how the joy of music and the joy of just the arts can bring a joy into the particular situation going on at the time. Even for me in my own, like, it was, sometimes it was dope, sometimes it was terrible, but when the art was brought into it, it gave me a whole nother perspective on life. And for me, like, that's the main things when it comes to inspiration and how it keeps carrying on from generation to generation. My message that I want to share with the world is just never box yourself in. Never get caught up into thinking you got to do what the next person is doing, or letting your perspective interfere with what you think the next man's perspective is or what they want to hear. At the end of the day, when you die, there's 2 things on your graves when you're born and when you die, and that middle part is the most important. So it's just about what you want that to speak for your legacy, for your family, for your community, and just overall for me, what you could see next, more music, more shows, more tours. It don't stop. New album, Let Me Out, me and my brother Driveby. It's super, super, super wild. Right now, Let Me Out, the album is available, and it was something that's super special to me. Years in the making, me and my brother producer Driveby, we basically wanted to just put a magnifying glass on all of the craziness that's going on right now and kind of vomit it out to the world. And for me, it's real special because all the pieces matter. So me listening to it from the final stage of it now for when it was put together, I'm like, yo, this lyric actually came true. What was happening now? This particular situation got even worse for when it was spoken about then. Yeah, it's definitely a piece of art people are going to discuss, people are going to appreciate, and more importantly, people are just going to grow from. This is Fatboi Sharif, and you are watching Offstage. Well, Okayplayer.